Hi, this is Kyle Rocco, and I'm taking computer science software engineering to the Gull Lake Technical and Education Department. And I'll be showing you some commands you could do on the command line interface in Linux and Ubuntu. And so here's some of the commands in my notes that I've learned so far, and I'll show you how some of them work. So the first one is ls, and now ls will show you all the files on the directory that you're in. So right now I'm in my home directory, so it should show me all my main directories. So I'll do ls and it'll show me all my directories inside my home directory. And I could do a cd and put in a directory name. So let's say I would like to go to my documents, and now you could see that I'm in my documents directory because it is slash and it has documents. So I'm in my documents directory, and you could put in pwd, which is print working directory, and you could see that I'm in my home, I'm in my user, and I'm in my documents. So now I could do ls again to see what's in my documents, and I have a list of associates. Now, to open up a list of associates, I could do two things. I could do nano to open the list of associates. I could just hit my tab key once I spell out a little bit of list of associates to auto enter list of associates. I could hit enter and I could edit my list of associates. I have Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I have all my associates here. Now I could close that by doing Control X. And I could also do cat and spell out list of associates. Just hit tab to enter it. I get to enter and it will show me what is in my document, but I cannot edit it. Show me right then and there. So another cool thing you could do is if you have a long list of associates or a long list of items, you can do head and do list of associates, and you could hit enter and it'll show you the top 10 lines of your file. Now if I do tail and then list of associates, it will show me the bottom 10 lines of my list. So if you are trying to get through and find someone or find something you wrote down and you put at the very bottom, you could just see the very bottom 10 lines, or if you put at the very top, you see the very top 10 lines. Now that is some things you could do with files and directories. Now let's get into some of the user stuff we could do. So I could do Control L to erase everything, and I could put in CD to get back to my home. I'll just do Control L again to get that CD out of here. And we could do ID to see our active users right now. And our active users is Kyle, which is me. I am logged in and active. I could do last to show everyone who is last logged in. There's a lot of me logged in, and I have two other accounts. So there is K Rocco here who logged in, and we could also do who is currently logged in, that is me. And we could also do W to see who logged in and what they did. So let's add some users. We can do Control L, get all that out of the way. And we're going to add a new user. So we're going to do sudo add user. So I'm going to do that, put in my password. No, I don't know why that is coming up. Oh, I forgot to put in my username I want for my user. I gotta put in, I'll put in one of my peers in the class. I'll put J Harback, and it will add the user, and I'll put in the password I want for him, and it will ask for his full name, and I'll put Jacob Harback. And if I were in a company or a business, I would fill out this information, but I don't need to do that right now because it is not necessary. Is this information correct? Yes. And so now I've created my user, and I could see my users by do get int group, and I could see that I created J Harback right there. So now I want to create one more user. I could use the up arrow key on my keyboard. So go back to my last commands, and I will just go back to the sudo user, and I will erase the J Harback and put G Westra. And I could put in the password I want for him, and I could put in his full name, Gabe Westra, and I don't need to fill out any of the information. And let's see if we created a Gabe Westra. Let's go back up. Let's get a group. See all my groups and usernames. And we could see that we created Gabe Westra. So let's make some groups to put my employees in. So let's make some groups. So we do sudo group add, and we could put the name of the group, and I'll put my first group as development team. And I'll put my second group as human resources. And we could do up arrow to get back to get in a group, and we could see that we created two groups, development team and human resources. Now I want to put my employees in those groups. So I will do sudo user mod. So super user do user modification. I'll do -ag, and I'll put the group name. I'll put development team. And I want to put Gabe in our development team. So we'll put G Westra. And we'll do the same for J Harback, and I'll put instead human resources. And I'll put J Harback. And now let's see if we made those groups, or put those people in those groups. But get in a group, and we'll see that J Westra's in development team. We'll see that Jay Harback is in Human Resources. Now, these are some commands I learned, and I just want to show you some of my notes. I know my notes well enough to do the commands on my own, but I'd just like to show them to you. And that is some commands I have learned in my virtual machine, Linux Ubuntu. And I just wanted to share some with you. And thank you for listening to my virtual machine CLI or command line interface commands.